Hello everybody, my name is Nana and today we are doing another Pokemon challenge. Today we are going to see if I can beat Pokemon Soulsilver with only a Riolu. Now let's go over some rules before we jump straight into the video. So first off, we can only use Riolu in battle. That means that other Pokemon cannot be used in battle. We will have to catch other Pokemon for necessary HMs and TMs, but in battle, only Riolu. Next up is no items in battle, so no potions to heal, no paralyzed heals, no X attacks, nothing like that. The only items that we can use in battle are held items such as, the quickclaw or berries. Outside of battle, we can use as many healing items or normal items as we want. And the last one is I'm gonna play this game as it was intended, no glitches, no exploits, and yeah, alright, let's jump straight into the video. So first thing I did was use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to replace Chikorita with Riolu, and ended up naming him Deidara. I decided on this name mostly just because I couldn't think of anything else and thought it would be half decent. We set off straight into our first battle against a Hoot. Now Riolu at level 5 actually knows some decent moves. Quick Attack is a lot better than Wrap in our Dratini run or just struggling things to death in our Ralts run. We also know Foresight straight off the bat, which is really helpful against ghost types, so that will be useful when we have to fight our rival, as well as Sprout Tower, as well as Burnt Tower. Once you find a ghost type TM, it'll become a lot easier though. After running a couple errands for Professor Elm, we started in on our very first rival battle. He started out with the stolen Cyndaquil, and I just started quick attacking. I decided to use counter here mostly just because, I don't know, I wanted to mix it up, but he did a mix up on me and used Leer. Kinda funny. One more quick attack after our counter and he was down. This should be a lot tougher, especially once he gets Ghastly and a couple other Pokemon, but for now, rather easy. I named our rival Wally mostly just for consistency, as well as just a general hate from childhood for Wally catching our Ralts immediately in Emerald. We started straight off into Bellsprout Tower, mostly just to progress the story, but also to grind. We're only at level 11, which is not going to cut it for the very first gym, especially since it's flying. Once we got done with that, we headed straight into the gym, smacking every single trainer and ran up straight to Falkner. Falkner led with his Pidgey, but one Force Palm and Pidgey was down. Next up was Pidgeotto. I used 2 Force Palms, actually paralyzing Pidgeotto in the process, and just quick attacked. I thought he was going to heal, but he didn't, so I mean, I'll take the win while I have it. Our first encounter with Team Rocket was me just saving a bunch of Slowpokes from them. It went rather easy, nothing much to say here. Next up was the Bug Gym. Scyther might give us some trouble, but it should be easy overall. Scyther was out first. A Force Palm and a Quick Attack did no damage whatsoever. I was actually shocked. I used counter here hoping that we could hit him in one hit, and we did. Oh, next up was Metapod. Metapod's not scary whatsoever, he only knows Tackle, so we used a couple quick attacks, took him down, and moved on to Kakuna. I was at 11 health here, and it's not looking good. Kakuna came out, I quick attacked, he Poison Stinged us down to 1 damage, but we got a lucky crit in our quick attack. Our next battle was with rival Wally. We got destroyed pretty much immediately. Let's try that again. After a couple more tries, we finally got a good run. Thankfully, we do know Foresight this early on, so we can actually hit Ghastly. If we didn't know Foresight, then I'm not entirely sure I don't know what we would do, honestly. 2 Force Bombs, Ghastly was down. Second was Quilava. We hit through a smokescreen as well as paralyzing Quilava, 2 Force Bombs, that was it. I decided not to go with Screech, mostly because it's not going to help us in any way. I quick attacked, he supersonicked, I hit through the confusion with another quick attack for the win. I made my way towards Goldenrod, completely destroying the questionnaire inside the radio tower, and made my way towards the normal type gym. Since we are fighting, this should be relatively easy. Clefairy was first, 1 Force Palm was all it took. Next up was Miltank. We actually had to do this a couple times, mostly because Miltank kept healing. It's so annoying. With 2 Force Bombs, Miltank was done, and the 3rd gym badge was ours. I picked up the TM for Shadow Claw, as this is going to be helpful with our rival battles, as well as one of the Elite Four members. She has a lot of Psychics, so this is going to be super helpful. After that, I went straight into another rival battle. I know that the early game has a lot of rival battles, and it's probably getting a little stale at this point. I apologize. It should clear up here in a little bit, and we can focus more on other gyms. But let's just get this one out of the way. Quilava smokescreened us multiple times. We ended up hitting through it despite that, took him down, and last up was Magnemite. Magnemite is not scary at all as he is steel, so our Force Palm is going to do a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, I got Thunder Waved and was confused from the Zubat before. I took him down in one Force Palm. With our newly acquired move, I went straight into the Ghost Gym. This would be a great interim for me to tell you that I've been having a lot of fun watching Cry's playing as well as Awful Name Changers videos. They're both really cool guys and I'll put both of their links in the description for you. Anyways, back on track. So after this, I went straight into the gym leader battle. This was actually relatively easy since we do have Shadow Claw now. We more or less just swept through her entire team. Gastly and Haunter were no issue, but Gengar actually almost took us down with one hit. Another Shadow Claw, and he was down. Lastly was another Haunter. This went pretty much the exact same way as the first Haunter. One hit from Shadow Claw, that was it. We had another badge. After the gym, I was facing off a trainer and accidentally assaulted a Whoopie boy. This was kind of a problem, mostly because Daddy Entei showed up and gave me the business. I tried catching him as though, it would be kind of funny, but he was having none of it, and honestly, I can't really blame him. Next, I picked up the TM for Drain Punch. This is going to be really useful, especially in the Elite Four when we need to get any health back. After grabbing the medicine for the Ampharos in the tower, I decided to try my hand at the fighting gym. I was already 11 levels higher than them, so I felt pretty good about my chances. Primeape was first. He was no real big deal. A Force Palm took down half of his health, so it's already looking pretty good. We paralyzed him, but the gym leader ended up using a Hyper Potion. We rinsed and repeated, just using the same moves over and over again until he went down. Next up, Poliwrath. Poliwrath was kind of scary, mostly because none of our moves did enough damage. We did less than a third, so it's kind of sketch. He ended up throwing the match because he kept trying to set up a focus punch, so I just kept hitting him while he was focusing. This was a really easy way to make sure that we weren't going to get hit again. He used another Hyper Potion and I just kept spamming moves. A couple more moves of Force Palm, Quick Attack, and Drain Punch took him out, and we got the next badge. The next badge that we're going to have to get is going to be the Steel one, so that's pretty much just going to be a wash. I don't have much to say about the Steel Gym as we are perfectly prepared for this gym. One Force Palm per Magnemite, that was it. The last one was going to be Steelix. Thankfully, Steelix kept missing for some reason, so we just kept Force Palming. We don't do a ton of damage, but since he missed a couple times, it let us, get our licks in. He ended up getting paralyzed, healing with a berry, setting up a Sandstorm, then hitting us with Iron Tail, almost taking us out. I kept spamming Force Palm, and one last Drain Punch was all that we needed. I then made my way towards the Lake of Rage and put down the Gyarados that was on a rampage there. After that, I went to the Team Rocket hideout and completely decimated every single Team Rocket member that was there. I made my way to Patrol. He was actually really straightforward. None of his Pokemon could do that much damage on us, so it was quite easy. Later, when we have to face him with Coughings and Wheezings, we might get poisoned. Maybe it'll be tougher. Once we cleared out all the Team Rocket members, I went towards the Ice Gym. This is another one of those gyms that I'm not worried about, mostly because we were built to fight this. We're already level 47, so we're slightly over leveled for this. We took the first seal out, next was Dugong. Dugong held on from a Force Palm, but he got paralyzed. He actually almost took us down with one Aurora Beam, but we just Drain Punched, got some of our health back, and ended up taking him out with a Quick Attack. Last up was Piloswine. Piloswine, another one that I'm not worried about. We Drain Punched, almost got him, and then we just decided to Drain Punch again. We are about to face our biggest challenge yet, which is going to be the Dragon Gym. I don't have anything to deal with that, so this is going to be really RNG dependent and over level dependent. After that, we went and fought more Team Rocket members and settled up on one of the final rival battles. We haven't had a rival battle in a bit, so hopefully this isn't too stale. Golbat was first, but two Shadow Claws made quick work. Next up was going to be Haunter. Haunter was an easy one-shot with Shadow Claw, and then the stolen Quilava came out. We got really lucky with the crit on the Shadow Claw, so he was done too. Next was Magnemite. This was an easy one-shot as well. Drain Punch, quick work. Next up was going to be Sneasel. I actually forgot that Sneasel was part Ice type, so I used Shadow Claw, when I could have just used Drain Punch or Force Palm. Oh well, one Force Palm, that was it. I wanted to try the Dragon Gym at just 63, just to see how it went. Rock Tomb was our best move against any dragons. We don't learn any good moves to deal with them, so a 50 power, 80 accuracy was all that we could do. We didn't even stand a chance against just the Gyarados, let alone anything else. I grinded on level 20 tentacles until I was level 70. We finally got a decent run. I was using Shadow Claw here off the bat in hopes that we wouldn't do too much damage and he wouldn't use a Hyper Potion. It actually worked. Rock Tomb was all that it took and he was down. Next up was going to be Kingdra. Kingdra, another Pokemon we have absolutely nothing to deal with. Drain Punch did a decent amount and it recovered some health, but a Hydro Pump almost got us. If we hadn't used Drain Punch there, then we definitely would have lost. Another Drain Punch and we got a critical hit. Dragonair was next. Dragonair usually Thunder Waved us, so since he's not actually hitting us, I can set up a Focus Punch. I was really counting on that he would use it, and he did, setting up that final Focus Punch and a guaranteed victory. This was hours of grinding and trying to the point that I don't even want to explain it, and I just decided to spare you guys any grinding. We did have to fight Patrol before the Elite Four, but I don't know what happened to my footage, so we're just gonna have to cut straight to the Elite Four. I was only level 73 going into the first fight. This was not high enough. Shadow Claw was not a guaranteed one-shot, which we pretty much have to one-shot through this entire battle. We're fighting type and they're psychic. It's just not a good matchup. One psychic almost got us, and Jinx was next. Jinx is part ice, so a Drain Punch recovered some health as well as taking her out in one hit. Next was Executor. This was not even close. We didn't hit him with an Oko, he sidekicked us, so we had to grind. I tried the Elite Four every couple levels or so, but we kept getting brick walled by either one of the Elite Four members or by the champion himself. I grinded for so long on Victory Road using Rock Tomb. It is an 80 accuracy, but it misses a lot more than you'd think. We finally made it to level 99, and you might think that's a little overkill. No, it's not. Sure, we run through pretty much almost, all of the Elite Four members at 99, but the champion was a Dragon Master. The Dragon Gym was hard enough, so this is gonna be really tough. Anyways, okay, we completely swept through the Psychic Elite Four and moved on to Koga. Ariados was an easy one-shot with Earthquake, and Crobat actually held on to one Rock Tomb, so we just used the second one. That was all she wrote. Next was Venomoth, another easy one-shot with Rock Tomb. After that was Forretress. Forretress actually gave us some issues, mostly because he kept using Protect. He's basically like Gen 2's Metatite. I can't stand Forretress. Just stalls away and don't get me started. Muck was another easy one-shot with Earthquake, so we moved on to the third Elite Four member. Bruno was out, same with Hitmontop. Hitmontop held on from one Shadow Claw, almost got us with a counter, but a Drain Punch, that was it. Next was Hitmonlee, but he was an easy one-shot with Earthquake, then Machamp. We decided to Drain Punch here mostly because I wanted to make sure that if I did for some reason get hit again, we could at least survive one hit, which was good because Machamp cross-chopped us, so we just Shadow Clawed him. I accidentally fat-fingered and used Rock Tomb on Onix, almost losing us the run, but it's okay, I used Earthquake and that was it. We Drain Punched the Hitmonchan for a crit, and the fourth was up. First was Umbreon. Umbreon had actually given us a little bit of trouble in the past, so I wanted to make sure that she was low enough that we could one-shot it. I used Shadow Claw, then Drain Punch, that was it. Next, Murkrow, an easy Rock Tomb. After that was Gengar, which proven in the past was an easy Shadow Claw. Houndoom was next, Drain Punched him, and I know this looks really easy, but I promise you we're not too overleveled for this. I took the Vileplume out with 2 Shadow Claws and finally reached level 100. After we'd beaten the Elite Four, I taught Datara Iron Tail in place of Earthquake, as Earthquake can't hit anyone, so this will be super effective at least against the Aerodactyl. Alright, here we go, champion time. First was Gyarados. Our attack was already down due to Intimidate, and Even at level 100, we still couldn't get a guaranteed half health hit on him. I used our 50 power Rock Tomb once again, luckily getting a high roll for the KO. Everyone's favorite Charizard was out next, but I easily silenced him with one Rock Tomb. Aerodactyl was out, but since we had learned Iron Tail earlier in place of Earthquake, we easily one-shot him for another KO. One of 3 Dragonites was up, a massive thorn in my side. I used Rock Tomb once again for a little less than half his health, and when everything looked bleak, I landed the most clutch critical in the world. 2 more to go. I recovered some health with Drain Punch, thinking I would, get smacked around a bit, but was paralyzed, arguably worse. Half my health was taken away as I tried to recover more. Dragonite missed as I Drain Punched once more, just in time for Safeguard to lower. I plopped into yellow health, but an Iron Tail saved the run. The final Dragonite was up. Our final test as a trainer. Please let this happen. As I landed my Drain Punch, Dragonite missed. I went in for another Drain Punch, and Dragonite missed again. Unfortunately, I was paralyzed, so I missed another turn. Dragon Rush landed, finally taking us to only 5 health. I chipped away more with Iron Tail. The last turn of battle, and Dragonite missed for a 3rd time, handing us one of the most gut-wrenching wins of my life. We had finally beaten Pokemon Soulsilver with only Riolu. That was probably the most brutal playthrough I've ever done, and I'm honestly hard-pressed to say that it was even fun. I'm just kidding. It was fun. It was a lot, to say the least. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you guys think, or just what I should do next time. If you guys have any suggestions of what game or what Pokemon I should play through, then throw something down in the comments and let me know. It would be a lot of fun to just hear what you guys think, because, I don't know, I've already done 3 of these, and I plan on doing a lot more, so I want to do something that's going to make you guys happy, and something that's going to make me happy. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching the video, and have a great rest of your day.